So you guys are going to like this one. I'm going to show another leak that came out. I say leak, the movie's already out, but the general public hasn't seen it yet, so technically it still leaks. But we'll go ahead and say spoilers. So there'll be slight spoilers for Rise of Skywalker in this video. It's up to you if you want to see them or not. I'm just letting you know because people appreciate that. So let's go over some stuff. So what's happened recently? Well, Kathleen Kennedy came out and said that they're going to move away from the trilogy format. Oh, that's interesting. Somebody might have something to say about that. We're going to talk about that. Also, Skywalker's not finished. That's an interesting development considering you marketed this entire movie that just came out on the fact that this is the end of the Skywalker saga. But, it's not like they know what they're doing over at Lucasfilm anyway.
No shit.
I wanted to hit this real quick because I talked about it in the last video, but this came up a little bit afterwards. So somebody named Spoilers with a locked account is pretty much spoiling everything. You're not allowed to do this. So this was somebody at the premiere, and they're like, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and leak out all kinds of stuff. It said some interesting stuff about the Emperor and the Final Order and stuff like that, but this was the biggest one. So this was already confirmed a while ago when they discovered that hashtag of Rey and Kylo, which had the official Disney lightsabers on it, which means Disney approved it. As far as I know, no one really knows how hashtags get symbols on them. It probably has something to do with corporations, but, there's no official messaging on that. But anyway, this person apparently was at the movie, and this is what they had to say about that shipping that everyone seems to fall in love with, that whole teen romance drama. I know that's what I will go to see a Star Wars movie for, but hey, Disney, they really know what they're doing, huh? The kiss was beautiful. It's a little dark, but they are holding each other. She wakes up and looks at him and smiles and says, Ben, and then they kiss. Kiss was amazing. Wish we got more than one. Still great, though. The biggest summary of your questions, Rey is dead. Ben uses the Force to bring her back. They kiss, then he dies. That is some great storytelling, huh? Then we have this gem. Star Wars Lucasfilm president confirms we may not have seen the last of the Skywalkers, going against pretty much everything this movie's been marketed on. So I find this kind of funny. It doesn't rule out the fact that, hey, we might need to go back to our moneymakers someday. So let's not totally say that that's not a case. Really stupid comment. You think you would have waited till after the movie was done, but hey, what do I know? Here's the quote. During the Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker red carpet premiere, Kennedy spoke a bit about what it's like to come to the end of the sequel trilogy. While she explained that there are mixed emotions, Kennedy also hinted that the Skywalkers may not be done appearing in the Star Wars universe. The film is finishing the saga, not necessarily the families. She goes on to say, I have to say it's a mixture of emotions. I have to say because we've had such an incredible time, Kennedy says, it's just flown by these 5 years and doing these 3 movies, and to realize that we're completing the saga and we're not finishing the Skywalkers necessarily. They could always, in one way or another, reappear, but for now, it is bringing it to a close. But of course, this could all be a bunch of crap, because this is what she said recently, and I saw some people were covering it. I almost talked about it, but I was like, I don't know. I'll wait and cover it later, because Kathleen Kennedy could be gone. And I think that there's more confirmation that that might be the case now. So Rise of Skywalker will mark the tragic end to the trilogy format, according to Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy. And this was on December 15th that people were talking about this. But wait, what's this? Disney CEO not ruling out future trilogies. So not even a day later, he came out and was contradicting her. Speaking with Variety, CEO of the Walt Disney Company, Bob Iger, was asked about his new development, seemingly throwing water on the idea as perhaps too premature to consider. Oh, I don't know about that, Iger said when asked about the company distancing from the trilogy format. She and I have said, well, maybe trilogies are too hard, so maybe we'll make one film and then a sequel, but we don't know. Basically kind of spitting on her idea of getting away from them. It's funny, this still doesn't say much if she's going to be gone. She has 1 year left on her contract. I really do think. So it's going to depend on a couple things. Will Rise of Skywalker make $1 billion? If the leaks, which have pretty much all been confirmed true, are truly, every single one of them comes out and this movie is a disaster, and I think it will be, I don't see this movie making $1 billion. Word of mouth travels fast. And shills, nobody really trusts critics anymore for their opinions. It's going to depend, on people's favorite reviewers, and everybody has one. Word will get out quick, though, on social media what real people think about that movie. And if it's a dumpster fire, and it's more than likely going to be one, I don't see Rise of Skywalker making $1 billion. And if it does not make $1 billion, that movie is going to be a disastrous bomb. And if that happens, Kathleen Kennedy, you can look for her to announce she's leaving, because I don't think they'll fire her. That would make the blue checks a little too angry. But I do like the fact that, you're just looking, here's the two headlines. I went over them. They're not on the same page. They don't know what's going on. They don't communicate. And it really does kind of show problems, even at that level, just how bad the decision-making has been with Disney. So anyway, I find it funny. Bob Iger kind of throws her under the bus right there. You think he would have kind of stood with his lady, didn't do that, which kind of sends weird signals to me about what's going on. I think there's a lot of drama going on behind those closed doors, and I hope it comes out someday. I'd really like to see it and hear about it. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Give me your thoughts on this. What do you think about Iger throwing her under the bus? Do you find it as humorous as me? Remember, comments and likes really help drive a video, so please consider leaving me some engagement points. Very appreciated. Also, make sure you share the video. That's also very important. Helps get the video out there moving. Make sure you're still subscribed, because YouTube does unsubscribe people every day. If you're new, consider subscribing. Hit that notification bell. Check out the links in the description, and I will see all of you on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out. Also, take a moment. Make sure you're still subscribed to the channel. There's something going on right now, and they've been unsubscribing people. So just take a second and double check on that, and subscribe if you're new.